Good morning. I thought we could have tea together and talk about conspiracy theories. I'm currently living in Italy, near Milan, which was the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak until the US got more cases. But there are still more deaths here. Some of the conspiracies that I've heard about the coronavirus are that it was man-made. I've heard that the Chinese could have developed it as a biological weapon and that it accidentally got out, or maybe it got out intentionally so they could see what happened. I also heard the US may have been involved. One woman in a Facebook group that I'm in claims to have seen a patent for it on the internet for the outbreak, but since been taken down. I've also heard that it is similar to HIV, and that begs the question, was it designed by humans to be intentionally aggressive and destructive? There's also people who think that HIV was created by man. Another conspiracy, and I am going to make another video on this much more in depth because it is so fascinating to me. A couple years ago, I was on YouTube and I found a documentary from like the 80s or the 90s about something called Project ISIS. Project ISIS is an alleged secret mission by the KGB, which, if you're super young, that was like the CIA of the Soviet Union. There was some documentation uncovered talking about Project ISIS, which was a KGB expedition to Egypt to search for the mythical Chamber of Knowledge. And they believe that they found the tomb of an alien visitor. The hieroglyphs called whoever was buried in there the visitor. They did radar scans underneath the tomb, and they found a hollow space, which they think could have been the Chamber of Knowledge. Then later on, when they all went back to Russia, some of the scientists who were working on the project, they formed a cult together at All Things You Could Do.
It was scary for me to realize that my family belongs to some kind of cult or things like this, and God knows what they believe in. It was very strange, and I was thinking that maybe my family is... I was wondering if they were okay.
When I walked into the room, father was laying on the floor with a gunshot.
I just know that they called themselves the Followers.
They call themselves the Followers, and they actually went to Egypt years later, and they all disappeared. And this is actually confirmed. There was a news report in a newspaper. I can't remember which one, but the documentary said which one. That said there's this group, a group of Russian tourists that went missing, the Denver airport. I want to make a video on the Denver airport because that place is creepy AF. I've never been there, but my uncle's been there. I've seen lots of pictures. And I looked on their website where they try to debunk some of these conspiracy theories, and it was a bunch of crap they were trying to push down our throats. Because the first thing on the website was asking about the New World Airport Commission. So in the Denver airport, there is a stone with the Masonic symbol on it, and it says the airport was dedicated, or the stone was dedicated by the New World Airport Commission. The New World Airport Commission does not exist, and what these people said on their website, the Denver airport website, was basically that. The New World Airport Commission does not exist. Ooh, creepy. So they're just like dancing around it, but at the end of the day, they've never given an answer of what is the New World Airport Commission. The airport also has a lot of strange artwork that leads many to believe that it might have some kind of conspiracy behind it. And when they were constructing the airport, there was, I believe it was 10 buildings. They claimed they had built them incorrectly, but instead of knocking them down, they buried them. So a lot of people think that those could be used as an underground bunker in the event of some kind of nuclear fallout. I find all of it really interesting. And you know what else I find really interesting? Crop circles. I was listening to the Mile Higher podcast earlier today, and they were talking about crop circles. And as someone who grew up in the Midwest around a lot of cornfields, I was always, thinking about that growing up, about if aliens would ever come and leave a crop circle in the cornfield next to my house. I cannot understand how a rational person can actually believe that these crop circles were made by humans, because they appear overnight, they are incredibly complex, incredibly large, oftentimes symmetrical, And it's just not a feat that two drunk men at night could do. And also, scientists have conducted studies, and they picked up like magnetic frequencies, and they've done tests on the corn stalks after the crop circles appear, and the cell walls have been changed, and they found evidence for an intense but brief burst of heat. I'm inclined to think that there is something more going on with all of this. I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode. We'll call this episode 0 of Conspiracy Tea, because this is like a pilot episode. But I'm gonna post this in my Facebook group. I have a Facebook group with a lot of people, and hopefully some of you liked this. And if you want to see more videos about conspiracy theories by me, then please hit subscribe, hit the like button. I can also cover paranormal stuff if you'd like. That's really what I'd like this channel to be about, conspiracy theories and paranormal stuff, because I eat that stuff up. I always have, and I just feel like there's a lot more to this world, to this planet, and I think there's a lot of fuckery in the governments. They're covering up stuff, and there's a whole lot more going on than what meets the eye. And I'd really like to talk about it on Conspiracy Tea. So leave me a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment what you want to see in episode 1 of Conspiracy Tea. And I am at home. I am, quarantined. Everyone in Italy is. So I can't leave, which means I have a lot of time to make videos. So if someone comments something, I can have a video out tomorrow even. So let me know, and goodbye.